Europe's towns and cities are where the future is built. They are where 78% of our citizens live and where the most complex and the most common social problems are concentrated. For good or for ill, our cities are the heart of Europe, pulsating, innovative, diverse, and managing urban development effectively demands the same qualities from our policymakers. I represent an area of England which is perhaps the most rural English constituency. It's certainly the largest. It's the huge swathe of rural England which descends from Gloucestershire down to Southampton and down the peninsula to Cornwall and the Isles of Scilly. In my constituency, just over 50% of people live in rural areas, that is in towns of fewer than 35,000 people.
During the last 12 years, we have had two of the largest Objective 1 structural fund programmes in the entire Union. A little later, I hope to show you exactly what Graham has just been speaking about, which is how Europe has actually changed a city and a sub-region from being on the edge of Europe to being at its heart, and how we have tried to use that to promote the European ideal within our sub-region. We do need to have better coordination, but the Union does have examples where it has actually let go and allowed areas to act with a freedom that national governments and the centralising tendencies would not normally have allowed. So those examples do exist, and I think it would be interesting to hear about them.
The Green Paper has placed urban transport at the heart of today's discussion on sustainable transports. Sustainable meaning this has to be sustainable for our present society, but also for future generations, as has just been said. The overarching political drivers for this debate are concerns about the security of energy supply, climate change, health impact, in particular from air pollution and noise, about safety, and about, of course, the competitiveness of our economy.
We have two major issues facing us. The first of these is a strategic issue, how we have to organize the instruments available to the community and to the individual governments within the urban areas to the benefit of our citizens. It's a very important strategic matter. The choices, the options, the indications, the guidelines are such as they have to be streamlined as much as possible and allow us to use them to the benefit of the cities and the towns, to the service of our citizens. And the second topic is just as important. We have a lot of areas where there are a lot of important urban links, the result of the last 50 years, during the course of which a lot of our towns and cities have been built. And throughout Europe, these may be different. There are cities with historical centres which have to be preserved and conserved.
We will have the fifth cohesion report in 2010, which will essentially set the framework for the future policy, and we would hope to come for legal proposals in 2010, 2012. We don't yet know quite when this will be. It depends very much on how the new Commission wants to handle the future policies. And we would hope to have adoption in 2012, 2013, ready for the next financial perspective period in 2014. We are undertaking a number of preparatory actions which I think may be of particular interest and relevance to you. Of course, the first was the Cohesion Forum and the wide consultation that we had on the Cohesion Report. This process has come to an end, and we will be publishing the results of this consultation.
Now, if we're talking about climate change, energy, the knowledge-based economy, all of the innovation that is part and parcel of the daily work of SMEs. Now, this is something which is relevant in terms of rural policy as well, but we know that it's predominant in terms of people living in cities and the role that they can play. We've been looking at demographic developments. We had a conference on that topic in Brandenburg, and we've seen that 1 to 2% drop in the population is taking place year after year. Now, sooner or later, that means the towns will be empty ghost towns.
When we have a proposal such as this, I think we need a good social basis because it's something very important for Europe. As you saw in the video, we are a town surrounded by a very important economic area. We've got electronics, telecommunications, the pharmaceuticals industry, and as well as our own national companies, we've got international companies as well. Secondly, this policy is one of the objectives of our municipality.